Welcome to this week's Movie Math, giving you an in-depth analysis of the box office for the weekend of April 13th, where The Hunger Games was #1 again. But that didn't mean there weren't some big surprises at the box office. Arguably the biggest was that the Three Stooges didn't make fools of themselves, capturing the #2 spot with a very respectable haul. While the popular opinion had been that the three leads had committed career suicide, and now turns out to be the complete opposite, and look for all of them, especially the guy playing Mo, to use this pick as a launching pad to bigger and better things. I did see the movie on Saturday with my dad and saw him laugh harder than I ever did in my entire life. And I laughed too. I think that once you realize that the Three Stooges are an all-ages comedy act, you can appreciate the movie much more. Plus it has a surprisingly sweet storyline. Should you go out of your way to see it? No. But if you're a Stooges fan, know a Stooges fan, or are looking for something to do with your family, I definitely think it makes for a nice time at the movies. Plus, I have to report it's pretty much impossible not to act like a stooge after seeing the movie. The fun is so infectious. And I discovered my mom does an excellent Mo impression. But the person who impressed me the most was Larry David, who I'd happily watch play a nun all day long. The Three Stooges is also a much-needed comeback for the Farrelly brothers, who really poked themselves in the eye with some bad career choices in the past. But the Three Stooges marks their biggest opening weekend in over a decade, and the third biggest of their career. So good news for everybody? Certainly. Then debuting in third place was Cabin in the Woods, whose teenagers apparently had the Stooges to fear more than any control room. Yes, the industry had been expecting Joss Whedon's clever horror flick to come in second, or possibly even topple Katniss and crew, yet that was not the case. It's hardly the headline Whedon wanted going into the Avengers, and let's hope this underwhelming performance isn't a preview of coming attractions. Yet expectations are already being lowered for the Avengers, as the industry is predicting it will not open as big as The Hunger Games. Instead, it's expected to open at around $125 million, in league with Iron Man 2. Yeah, that's why you're seeing so many ads telling you that yes, Avengers tickets are now on sale. Please go buy them. Have you? That James Cameron, he is king of the world, or at least the box office. Titanic 3D came in at #4, enjoying one of the lowest drops in the top 10, but the real news was overseas, where the pick added another $88 million to its coffers. Wait though, it gets even better. $58 million of that haul was from China, where Titanic 3D claimed the country's biggest opening weekend ever. And we're talking about a re-release. All of this boffo business enabled Titanic to sail past the $2 billion mark worldwide, meaning that James Cameron now not only has the top 2 grossing films of all time, but the only 2 to ever make over $2 billion. And the runners-up aren't even close. Speaking of overseas, Battleship opened overseas, hoping to counter bad buzz with a lot of green. And the plan seems to have worked, as Battleship captured $58 million, making for a strong start out of the gate. Look to see Taylor Kitsch campaigning particularly hard for Battleship, or at least he should be, as 2 huge box office flops in a row would brand him box office poison, and rightfully so. Back to the American box office, Lockout debuted as expected with around $6 million, putting it at #9. That's on the low side for producer Luc Besson, but unfortunately par for the course with Guy Pearce. As for this coming weekend, both The Lucky One and Think Like a Man are expected to battle it out for #1, as The Hunger Games looks to finally relinquish the top spot. Meanwhile, Chimpanzee is expected to open in the same league as past Disney nature films. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.